Shalom. First and foremost, let's say, Kalembo Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Al-Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone GMS. I do rule and teach well. So we're going to get into it today. Push out these scriptures, get into these news. Whether people laugh, whether people want to make jokes, whether people want to be creative. Push out the scriptures. Push out the scriptures and push out this truth. Because it's all fun and games until the famines come. It's all fun and games until the martial law comes. You know, it's all games until the terror attacks come. You know, so you people can laugh now, but when these things come, you know, then we're gonna see who's gonna be laughing. You know, because the people out here, some people are bewildered at us because they're not used to seeing so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans string sentences together and actually speak and bring out scriptures. And some people laugh at us because they think we're stupid. They think we look stupid. So we're just gonna get into all these precepts, get into it. You know, hat is off, all that stuff is off. You know, I'm not wearing no cap, no ball cap, no nothing. You know, no shape up. My hair is not shaped up. My shit is fucked up right now. But yeah, just gotta live with it. So I'm gonna try to find that one, the number Adam in division. Inshallah. Find that one. I don't know, that's coming out. We can go get some basic stuff that I know off the top of my head. Alright. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11. I will start up a little bit ahead. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 7. But then, Israel have not attained that which he seeketh for, but the elect have attained it, that is truth, and the rest were blinded. And the rest were blinded. So everyone else in the world is blind to this truth. That's why everyone laughs at you. That's why everyone thinks that what we do is a joke. You know, but we're coming up into these times, man, where, you know, there's not gonna be no joking anymore. It's not gonna be no laughing, no ha ha, look at him, he was on the street. You know, people are gonna start coming out here and looking for us. You know? Because right now, that's all it is. They take this truth for a joke. They take the stuff that we do out here for a joke. You know? Go ahead. Find this. Go into it. Alright? That's what it is. Everyone thinks that we're just a bunch of fools. Right? No one takes us seriously in this world. So we can go ahead. Get into some more precepts because they're just kind of coming to me. I'm just kind of bringing them out as they come into my head. The Spirit, the Holy Spirit. Maccabees, Second Ezra. I'm pretty sure Solomon is in here. Let's see if we can find Solomon. Esther, Judith, Tobit. I've read Tobit before, and I've read part of Judith. Here we go. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labor. That's what they do. They don't make any account of our labor. They think that the stuff we do out here is a joke. They take us for a joke. Alright, read that again. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of our labors. Right? Who is the main one who afflicts us, man? The so-called white man. Right? They afflict us on a mental level, or which is a spiritual level. They afflict us monetarily. They afflict us in all way of life. That's why, you know, in this world we have a saying that in America you gotta live life as a prisoner of war. You know, it's to the point now when you're taught in school, they tell you when you deal with police, you gotta move in a certain way. You can't argue with police like these other so-called white people can. That's their brothers. They can argue with them, do whatever they want. You know, but the police are real quick to shoot us. You know, That's how they afflict us in this society. You know, they just think it's a joke, right? Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for, right? And that's what it is. We're going to have that strange salvation, getting saved in them chariots, right? Scripture says, you know, enter into the chambers, you know, close the door, close the gate, you know. That's what's going to be coming to us, you know, and these people are going to be in fear. They're going to be afraid. Even before that period, it talks about, what if I do I see a man holding his loins? In Jeremiah 30 and 6, right? So people are going to be in fear, right? It's not going to be no more jokes. You know, right now, the people, you can still go out here and buy all your stuff and whatever. But soon, people are going to be in fear. You're going to be afraid. You know, lower these cops are telling me to get out of here, but I think they chilling. This building is closed anyway, so I should be chilling. But that was it. I don't think they're going to tell me to leave. She clearly saw me, so I think I'm chilling. If they ask questions, then you know I'm more than happy to oblige. If they tell me to leave, I'm leaving. And I can just go down to 50th Street and keep moving. That was that. Something that I want to get laugh. So yeah, laugh. See if you can find this real quick. Laugh. Jeremiah, Psalm 49, Luke 6. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. We'll start at verse 20. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. Verse 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Right? And that's what we do on the highways and byways. We're uttering this wisdom out here in the street corners. You know, we come out here, some of us come out earlier than others. Some come out in the afternoon, the main camp. They be out there in the afternoon. You know, I like to be out here early in the morning because I'm by myself. You know, I'm a little late today, but you know, she cried up in the chief place of concourse and opening the gates, and the city shall utter her voice saying. Right, so that's what we got to camp. You got to camp in the chief place of concourse. You can't be camping in your living room and calling that, you know, teaching. You know, and the word camp just comes from encampment. You know, like you encamp round about, you know, like the military. You know, it's like a encampment, you know, a dwelling, you know. Right, we go back down. This book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? Right? And the scorners delight in the scorning, and the fools hate knowledge. Right? So you see here, how long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple-minded? Right? NLT. How long will you mock us for ushering your mockings? How long will you fools hate knowledge? And that's what people do. When we come out here, all the people do is mock, they scorn, they laugh, they think it's a big joke. But you know, coming up real soon, it's not going to be a joke. You know, we're seeing these events pop off worldwide. You know, we're in a pre-World War III era. The Polish Prime Minister pretty much put that out there. He believes that Europe has entered a pre-war era. You know, times that haven't been seen since World War II. You know, so we're moving very quick into World War III. Right? Turn you at my reproof, behold, I pour out my spirit unto you, I'll make known my words unto you. Right? Which is talking towards the elect. Because I have called, you have refused. Right? Because they're likely to be the ones to hear it, but you other jakes, 2/3, you aren't going to get it. Right? Because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Right? I called you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. And that's what our people do. We call out to our people and they don't pay us any attention. They laugh, they think it's a joke. You know, you other nations, you Edomites, so-called white people, when we come out here and speak, you think it's a joke because you think that you're going to run this world forever. But hey, the world is changing real quick, man, and you so-called white people aren't going to be running the world for very long. That's a fact, all right? Verse 24, because I have called you, I refused, I stretched out my hand, no man regarded, which has said not you have said not all my counsel, and with none of my reproof, right? I will also laugh at your calamity, I will mock when your fear cometh. And that's what we're doing, man. You know, when that time comes, we're going to laugh at you people. we'll be afraid too. The scripture to talk about that, I think it might be second Esdras. We'll be fearing when we see that great judgment come. It was like, oh shit, but we'll also laugh, right? And the Most High laughs through what? Through his men. Hell, right now we're laughing at you other nations, man. We're seeing the end come. We're seeing these nations, these alliance lines shift. More to these from the resident. We saw that attack that happened in Moscow. The United States is involved somehow. We all know that. So big time to come. So let the people laugh. Let them laugh. Because that's all they think this is. They think this is a joke. They think that we're a bunch of comedians. Some people think we're trolling. That shows you how the Lord put a feminine spirit on this place. Everything in this society is all about jokes, all about fun. No one wants to be serious. And that's why, rough times are coming to this place. I was reading Herodotus on the train, and he said that places that are not so rugged tend to bring men that are not so rugged. And that's all this place brings out. Weak men. In a weak place, you're going to get weak men. And that's what happened to this country. Right? So we can go into these news articles. This is BBC.com, right? British Broadcasting Channel. Right? So AT&T breach, millions of customers caught up in major dark web leak. Right? So we all know what the dark web is. You got something called the surface web, which is like, we could Google and stuff. And you got the deep web, which is like kind of, under there, like kind of less known. And you have to have like certain specialized applications to enter in and whatever. And then you have the dark web, which is where all the bad stuff happens, essentially. Child trafficking, human trafficking. You can get all that stuff on your computer, It's possible, right? So personal data belonging to 73 million current or former AT&T customers has been leaked online. Information including addresses, social security numbers, and passcodes was published in the dark web, the U.S. telecoms giant said. And AT&T said it has not identified evidence indicating the data had been stolen, but have brought in cybersecurity experts to investigate, right? So chances are this is something that the elites have done themselves, maybe testing out certain technology to bring out a full shutdown, right? Customers have had their passcodes automatically reset. They were urged by the company to remain vigilant by monitoring account activity and credit reports, right? The data involved in the breach appears to be for 2019 and is linked to 7.6 million and 65.4 former account holders. It includes information such as full names, email addresses, and date of birth. Although AT&T said financial information had not appeared in the leak. The company said in a statement that it was unclear whether the data had originated from its own systems or via a third-party supplier. Right? So, this AT&T hack is just the beginning. We're gonna see more things like this. We're gonna see shutdowns of the power grid. We're gonna see very bad times coming towards this country, right? And the people continue to see it as a big joke. All right, so this is Solomon, chapter 10. Lord, chapter 10. Given power to rule all things. Let me see if I can find this. Chapter 1, all to the city. All things. But I create the spirit, show you being all things by nature. Cousin. Oh man, I forgot where this is. Greater thy judgments that cannot be expressed. Damn. I forgot where this is, but we can go ahead and see if we can find this. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Give me a second. I signed into my King James because I put this somewhere. I try not to use the King James while I'm camping because, you know, brothers say it's cheating. You know, you shouldn't be using it too much. You know, it's kind of go out there and get it. Let's see if this loads up. It might not load up, so you know, there's no rush, so I could just sit back and look for this for a second. My enemies follow blood. Okay, good. You go ahead. You grab this, and then we'll grab the one out of 2nd Esdras. The one that talks about, what I'm trying to get is the one where it talks about the Lord shall smite Egypt again with plagues, you know. I'll get that one first. This is the book of 2nd Esdras. Give me a second while this loads. Yeah. This is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 15. Verse 9, therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Right, now innocent blood is talking about the blood of his men, right? And that's going to happen in this place. You're going to start killing off the prophets. You know, right now we could already see the hatred that these people have towards us, the hatred that the average person has towards the scriptures. You know, when that legislation comes out and they want to take away the free speech, the people are going to be going all for it. You know, they're already going for it with Instagram, Twitter. You know, it's only going to get worse, right? Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, right, which is America, right, which represents America, right? Why? How are we led as a flock to the slaughter, right? What are they trying to do? They're trying to put the microchip inside people. That's the next big thing. Right, so people can be fully tapped in with their computers. People can access their computers with their minds. People can make calls with their minds. That's the next thing that's coming up. You know, BlackRock, they've been testing it. You know, Neuralink, the Neuralink chip. That's the next big thing that they're pushing out. You know, verse 9, verse 11. But I'll bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the lands thereof. Right? And that's what's going to happen here, man. This land is going to be destroyed and be smitten with them plagues as it was smitten before. Right? So that was 2nd Esdras 15 and 11. Man, I really should have came out here earlier. This is kind of scuffed, but we'll get into it anyway. That's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 11. Right? Because I said I was going to get into this. Right? It was Wisdom of Solomon 17. Okay, great. Alright, so we already went into the scripture already. So we'll just get Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 8. I'm trying to say I don't even really need this at all. I know Wisdom of Solomon 17 pretty well. I should be allowed to break it all down. The spirit. It's not I've gone this before. Right? It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 7. As for the illusion of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. Right? So all the wisdom that this country pushes out, the so-called sciences, whatever stuff they push out, all that stuff is going to be brought down. Right? As it happened in ancient Egypt, right? Because if Egypt's magic was so great, then they would stop the plagues. Why didn't Egypt stop the plagues if their magic was so powerful and so amazing? That's because they didn't have power to, because their power came through the left hand and was weaker than the right hand, right? Verse 8, for they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from the sick soul were sick themselves of fear and worthy to be laughed at. Absolutely. We talk about the darkness. Oh, we gotta read up ahead. This is Wisdom of Solomon 17, and man, that's how I do it. While they were supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished, and troubled with strange apparitions. Right, that's what we're gonna see. These specters, right? You're gonna see, like, these entities start to come out here, man. The Most High is gonna, create these newly created beasts and newly created things, animals and stuff, to go ahead and wreak havoc on you. Newly created beasts, like it talks about in the Apocrypha, to wreak havoc on this place, man. People are gonna be seeing stuff. We're gonna be seeing, all kinds of stuff. These evil spirits and stuff. It's gonna be crazy, right? Verse 4, for neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance. Right? No power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten the horrible night. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight which they saw not. Exactly. So being in the darkness, right, in ancient Egypt was worse. They were stuck in there and they were in great fear. This is basically what it's getting at. And it's going to be the same thing here. When that darkness comes, when these blackouts come to this country, you people are going to be in fear. You're going to be afraid. You're not going to expect it, because, people go on online and make all kinds of videos talking about, hey, blackouts are coming to this country, right? They talk about how there's going to be a grid hack. We always go into all these data breaches, how you shouldn't keep all your money in the bank, and no one takes it serious. Everyone just thinks it's one big joke. So when this stuff comes down, then we'll see who's going to laugh. Right? We'll see who's gonna be laughing, man. It won't be you people. You people are gonna be jacked up, because we came out here week in, week out. Like we talk about Isaiah 30 and 20. But I shall see that, teachers. We came out here week in, week out, and no one regarded, right? No one of our people regarded, right? Very few, right? You can skip down. For though, verse 9, for though a terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by, hissing the serpents, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided. For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience always forecasteth grievous things. For fear is nothing else but betraying of the simples which reason offered. Exactly, that's what's going to happen. All reason is going to fall out of this place, man. Right, for your sins, the wickedness that you've done, right, for how you've treated wickedly, right, the Lord's elect. Like it talks about that in 2 Edges 15 as well. That thou had not always killed my chosen. And that's just coming in this place. They treat our people terribly, guys. So we can go ahead and honestly probably get into another one in 2 Esdras 15 and 16, or I can try to find the other one. Gotta always carry the red book. This is the book of 2 Esdras chapter 6, verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. At that time shall friends fight against one another, like enemies. The earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still. In 3 hours they shall not run. Absolutely. Master's going to come to his place. And whosoever remaineth from all these that I told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world. Right? It's not the end of the world literally. The word world means age. There's different words for the word world. It does not necessarily have to mean the world that we stand on here. The earth abound just abideth forever. It's never going to be destroyed. Right? There's another one. For which shall hide itself. Let's look for this. Talk to me, look little. That was a perfect word. I gave it over charge for the service, fowls and fishes. Let's see. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. Alright. I'm gonna have to look for this one. I don't know this one off the top of my head, so I haven't gone into it in a hot minute. Which shall hide itself. Let's see if we can find 5 and 9 coming. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5. So the Negroes shall be, we start at the top. This is the book of 2nd Ezra. 5 verse 1. Nevertheless concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come which they that dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren in faith. Right? And it was like that for a long time before we came on the scene. Right? Obviously through our Barbivits, High Priest Arya, and on down King Marshall. Right? Then the world, had faith in it again. Right? They had us coming out here, they had us bringing out this truth again. But before us, the world was barren. It lacked faith. No one was planting these seeds. Like it talks about, right? The sowers are those that carry the Most High's word and pushes it out there. They didn't have anyone to sow these spiritual seeds out here, But now there is, right? Through our apostles on down, right? The iniquity shall be increased above that which thou now seest, all that thou hast heard long ago. And that land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly. Exactly. So that's this land here in America is going to be wasted suddenly. But we know the scriptures tell us that, we know that the day is going to take us as a thief in the night. We know this day is coming. When the nuclear missile is going to hit this place, we know that it's coming. And we're not going to be taken by surprise. Right? And that's the things that were promised unto us, that we would, we learn this truth, that we would be safe in these things, and that we would know, we would be aware. And that's why we push going to the news so heavily, and we go into the news very heavy, right? Verse 4, but the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see how the third trumpet, that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day, right? So these events in the moon and the stars are going to happen, right? Everyone's talking about the eclipse. Verse 5, and blood shall drop out of wood, and the stone shall give his voice, and the people shall be troubled, right? This means all these structures will be flooding the buildings and things like that. The buildings being destroyed, right? Verse 6, even he shall rule whom they look not for, that dwell upon earth, and the fowls shall take their flight away together. We're talking about Yahushua, right? And Sodom sea shall cast out fish, and make a noise in the night, which many have not known. They shall all hear the voice thereof. As these seasons, these fish kills start to happen. Fish kills do happen, to this day. Even in this day now, right? There's like an oil leak or something. Fish kills are going to happen. Continue to happen, right? Pollution and all that stuff, right? There shall be confusion also in many places. The fire shall be sent out again. All beasts shall change their places. The menstruous woman shall bring forth monsters. So let's talk about our people now. These women out here giving birth to these monsters, man. I think let's talk about birth defects, but I know brothers go into these wicked jakes as well. But I could go double check in a second. As salt waters shall be found the sweet, right? We just talk about how the waters are going to be contaminated right? There's going to be something's going to happen. These waters are going to start to get more and more contaminated. There's going to be less and less fresh water. You know, we hear these elites constantly talking about, you know, water being shut down, or water supplies running low. So these things are coming, you know, and no one wants to listen, and no one wants to be aware of these things. So everyone, today is Easter, everyone is thinking about having fun with their family and whatever, you know. They're not going to be aware of this stuff, right? And so much shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber, right? So understanding, wit, you know, the information, the truth that we push out, it's going to be hidden. It's not going to be out here anymore. Oh man, I gotta get ready to, I'm gonna try to hurry up here. It's getting a little bit much out here now. It's getting a little too much for me. Get a little crowded, but right. So you know, this truth is gonna start to be hidden, right? And people are gonna seek it out. Right, verse 10: It shall be sought of many, yet not be found. There shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. Absolutely. So wickedness is just going to grow upon the earth. Evil is going to grow upon earth. I don't think that we're being, they look for the truth. They're not going to find it. They're not going to find this out here anymore. You know, we read about that in Amos 8. You know, people are going to seek truth and not find it. You know? They don't want to know, hey, what's going on out here? We're not going to be out here to tell them. We're not going to tell them anything. We're going to tell them they're going to make it out and figure out something for themselves. Because while we were out here, you know, our people didn't want to listen. You know? Go ahead and find a little bit more. Oh man, this is the last time I'm going to be late. And I knew this was like the worst day to be late too. And I still I left my bag out. Going to that one. Radical. Icon in Scotland. Yes, not democracy. Let's see if we can find something. Oh man. We know with the whole Easter thing that the Easter is not a real holiday. It's really Passover, which Passover actually literally just ended. Like last night. Let's see here. There's an article that I want to get about how, you know, America's going to be destroyed very soon. Radical new hate crime bill in Scotland. I don't want to talk about that. Okay. Next I'll go into this. So it's naturalnews.com, right? By Ethan Huff. This is uploaded March 29th, 2024. If you watch the wrong things on YouTube, the feds could demand that Google reveal your identity. But privacy experts sound the alarm about two recent court orders that allowed the federal government to order Google to release private information about users who watch certain unapproved videos and live streams on YouTube, right? Because apparently there was someone who was engaging in some sort of Bitcoin scam or something, and the feds wanted to know who's been watching those videos, and so they were able to grab those guys' informations and stuff and investigate, you know? According to the orders, the feds demand the information of all viewers and select YouTube videos that Washington says involve criminal activity like the selling of Bitcoin for cash. Undercover agents spoke with an account called Elon Musk WHM, whom they suspect is breaking money laundering laws around the unlicensed transmitting of money, sending the account links to YouTube tutorials for mapping via drones and augmented reality software. After doing this, the feds petitioned Google for information about everyone who watched the videos, which collectively amassed 30,000 views. The purpose of this baiting by the feds to out Elon Musk WHM via linked videos by forcing Google to reveal everyone who watched said videos, allowing the feds to narrow down the pool of their target. The court orders show the government telling Google to provide the names, addresses, phone numbers, and user activity for all Google account users who accessed the YouTube videos between January 1st and January 8th, 2023, reports explain. right? So the feds can get a hold of your information. They can see what you've been watching, you know, and it's only going to be getting worse. Freedom of speech is going to be taken away. You know, it's only going to get worse from here. Okay. I'm actually going to close out real soon, right? So we can honestly just get this. We'll probably try to taper this up real quick. You know, probably try to taper this out real quick and get up out of here. You know, because you don't want to be stuck out here in crowds like that. Let's see here. I didn't think it'd be this crowded this soon. I thought it would take a little longer, but at least I got something. This is Micah, Zephaniah. If I can find emails. Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Isaiah, Joel, Isaiah, Zechariah. Here you go. Let me see if I can find this real quick. And then we're gonna hurry up, taper off. Yeah. Book of Abbreviations, 11:78. This is there we go. I knew this was true. So this is the book of Amos. Right. Let's go to the point. Amos chapter 8. Chapter 8, verse 11. Right. Both the days come, saith the Lord. Next, let's start here. Now turn your feast into mourning, all your songs of lamentation. I'll bring up sackcloth upon all loins and balls upon every head, and I'll make it as the mourning of the only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day. Right? So that's what's going to come to this place, right? And come to all you jakes. Right? All the days come, saith the Lord God, thou send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor thirst for water, both hearing the words of the Lord. And that's what we're seeing right now, right? The government started to press more and more on your rights. Right, freedom of speech rights is going to start being taken away more and more. You know, it's only going to get worse, right? We're going to start, you know, coming down on us hard, right? Because, you know, Revelation 12 and 12. The time is short, right? We can go ahead and get a little bit more here. And try to speed up here, right? Verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. Right? So if they can go ahead and grab the information of 30,000 viewers, their phone numbers, addresses, what are they going to do unto us when those times come? Right? They'll be able to find you, get your address, get your information. Right? To upload videos that are long on YouTube, you have to give out your phone number. You did all that stuff on purpose. You know? That's pretty much that. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18. Right, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. What end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Right? So that's what's coming. The day of the Lord is going to be a day of darkness. It's not going to be a happy-go-lucky day. Like right now, it's a sunny day. Everyone's out here having a good time and whatever. The day of the Lord isn't going to be a good time. It's not going to be fun. Right? As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went to the house and leaned on his hand and a serpent bit him. It's not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it. Absolutely. It's going to be a day of darkness. It's not going to be a happy-go-lucky day. Right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. At that time, shall Michael stand up, the great prince, right? The archangel Michael, was standing up for the children of that people, and there should be a time of trouble, right? Such as there never was, since it was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, the people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, right? That's the strangeness of that salvation, which we read in Wisdom of Solomon 5, right? And that's what's going to be coming, right? A time of trouble, such as never has been a nation, right? And that's what we're waiting for. And it's coming, you know, blackouts, famines, you know, crime is at an all-time high, And I have another article. Apparently, random women are getting punched all across New York City. You know, it's only going to get worse. You're going to hear about sexual assaults next. And it's only going to get worse for you women, man, you single woman. You know? Well, I'm going to go close out here because it's getting a little crazy out here. You know, so I'm going to try to, you know, taper off real quick. So, you're going to say, Kalembo, Yehovah, Bashim Yahshua, Bashim Yahkadash. Double honesty, as the Apostle GMS. No one you boast to edify. And I'm going to close out and say Shalom. So next week, try to get out here a little earlier.